August is here, and that means a brand new crop of games for you. And here at GameRanks, we've got the info. Here's 10 new games you're gonna want to pay attention to in August 2016. Number 10 is Abzu, which is an interesting title. Coming to you from Giant Squid Studios, which is headed by the art director from Journey, Matt Nava. Abzu is billed as a swimming simulator, with the intention of facilitating simulated interactions between people and aquatic life. It's also going to simulate the various behaviors of fish, from shoaling to predatory behavior. And that in of itself doesn't seem that incredibly interesting. But if you look at it, you immediately get it. It looks like Journey. It looks peaceful, it looks beautiful, it looks like something to be experienced. And if you liked Journey, I know you're gonna be on board for this because we haven't gotten anything else like Journey since Journey. But keep in mind, it's not the team behind Journey, it's the art director who started his own team. The real question is whether it's going to live up to his previous work. Abzu is hitting August 2nd for PS4 and Microsoft Windows. Number 9, Obduction. Not Abduction, Obduction. Although it does tell the story of an abduction. This game is a spiritual successor to Myst, which, if you remember the 90s, was a big deal. I remember the 90s and was one of the weird kids that played that on its computer with a Pentium processor. Ooh. But besides just the nostalgic element of having Myst attached to it in some way, this game looks otherworldly and very interesting and follows the path of a character who's traveling an alien world that contains elements of their own personal life. You'll be solving puzzles and attempting to get back home, obviously. When you see it, you will be reminded of Myst. The style is unmistakable, but at the same time, it's going to feature traditional first-person navigation for the people who much prefer that, as well as the point-and-click style of old-school Myst. Obduction is coming out August 22nd for PC and Mac and will have support for the Oculus Rift. Number 8, Brutal. Brutal is a dungeon crawler, and it might sound very traditional from its description, but from looking at it, you can tell it's got a very distinctive art style, which is actually made up of ASCII symbols. This is really clever because between the character classes of warriors and wizards, augmented with a very 80s aesthetic that has been updated in 2016, it magically brings in this really nostalgic feeling that you might not even be aware of really why you're getting. It's a dungeon crawler, it's going to have local co-op, and a dungeon creator mode, and as long as the gameplay proves to be good, frankly, this looks like a really frickin' cool addition to PlayStation's lineup. Number 7, Grow Up is a sequel to Grow Home, which came out last year and was a really great platformer. Grow Up is being promised as a development that is significantly less linear and provides you with an environment with no boundaries. The goals remain the same, but the gameplay has evolved significantly. Now, if you played Grow Home, you know it's a great game, really unique and stylized. I'm excited for a sequel to it, and I think it's one that probably a lot of people will enjoy. Number 6, Bound is an abstract art balletic platformer is what they're calling it, meaning it draws from ballet heavily, which might make you go, what? But if you've seen the trailer, you understand that it is actually really interesting looking. Like, the look and feel of this game is extremely unique and invokes a lot of abstract painting style. With the world forming and falling apart around you, the controls appear to work in the fluidity of ballet in order to traverse the environment. It also has a narrative that's supposedly going to travel through her memories as a child, but I don't fully understand it yet, and I'm probably not supposed to. All I have to say is that just from looking at it, my mind is open and I'm ready to try it. And if I see a new game that I don't entirely understand, but the confusion is a curious confusion, one that I'm actually interested to delve further into, that's exactly what I look for in new IPs. Bound comes to the PS4 on August 16th. Number 5, Attack on Titan, which is a game that, frankly, the moment I saw this TV show, I thought should be made. I'm excited that it actually has been made and looks phenomenal. Like, the art style in it mirrors the show so well, but at the same time, doesn't just look like it's trying to be anime in 3D. It's got a unique style for the game. The gameplay itself looks somewhere between Spider-Man and an airborne hack-and-slash game, and frankly, there really isn't another game that looks like this. It looks like a unique game, and knowing that it's a licensed property, that's exciting. Plus, Attack on Titan's cool as shit. Attack on Titan comes August 30th to PC, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and PS Vita. Number 4, Batman: The Telltale Series. This shouldn't really require a massive amount of explanation, but it's worth saying that it looks really, really good. First off, the art style is a little bit above what we typically expect from Telltale games, which is exciting because their art is very stylized and I like it a lot. So to see it ramp up a little bit, I'm excited. It also introduces a new crowd play mode, and you can play majority rules choices at all the story points. People who like the convergence of TV and video games that is Telltale Games' various series should be excited for this because it really feels like it's kind of the same meet at my house and watch TV type vibe, except for now we have decisions. Everybody can go into it and have an effect on the game. Considering that Telltale's very good at telling stories, that's very exciting. Plus, it's Batman. How can you really go wrong that way? Batman: The Telltale Series Episode 1 hits PC, PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, and mobile platforms on August 2nd. Number 3, World of Warcraft Legion, which is the 6th expansion. It's going to raise the level cap from 100 to 110 and makes a number of changes to the PvP stuff. There's an honor system that unlocks various talents and separate abilities that are only available in PvP play. The transmogrification system has reached 2.0, allows for expanded customization of player appearance, and the story takes place after the last expansion, Worlds of Draenor. There's also some changes to existing classes as well as the Demon Hunter being added as a new class. If you play World of Warcraft at all, you basically don't need to be told this is the next thing you have to buy. Blizzard has always done really good with expansions, and there's no reason to believe that this is going to be anything other than that. World of Warcraft Legion comes to PC and Mac August 30th. Number 2, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided is set 2 years after the events of Human Revolution that really feels like it's been in development for a long time. It was announced in 2013 and it's finally hitting. The producer Oliver Prolx has detailed that the stealth is going to be vastly improved along with a much bigger city hub than the previous game and promises much more weapons customization. Now if you haven't played Human Revolution, I would highly recommend it. It's a great game and will definitely occupy you until Mankind Divided hits PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August 23rd. And number 1, finally, No Man's Sky is hitting. And I don't mean finally as in finally we're at number 1, I mean finally as in finally No Man's Sky. This game has been a long time coming, and the procedurally generated space exploration game looks to be as cool now as it was when it was announced. I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to exploring this incredibly stylized procedural version of space, and I'm just interested to find out how I'm going to play it because it seems like it's something that's going to reflect the player a great deal. Something else that I really love about the game is just what it looks like. It has such a perfectly balanced, artistic style that they were able to meld with the procedural generation of content in such a fluid way, and it just seems like it's something that I'm going to get very, very immersed in. No Man's Sky is hitting on PS4 and PC August 9th. And some bonus games for you. First, F1 2016, which is reintroducing a career mode, and some previews are calling it the best in the Codemasters racing series. Metroid Prime Federation Force, which basically plays like a co-op Metroid Prime, and how can you complain about that? Overcooked, which is being billed as a co-op cooking game, and reminds me in some ways of Super Bomberman, which I like. God Eater 2 Rage Burst, which is a pretty intense and fast-paced action game. King of Fighters 14, the latest in a very long line of pretty damn good fighting games, and Madden NFL 17, which is really starting to reach the other end of that uncanny valley. What game are you looking forward to the most in August? Let's meet in the comments and let us know exactly what that is. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, and if you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every single day of the week. The best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me at Falcon the Hero on Twitter, and we'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.